So MDT Reform is part of the national drive from the NHS Improvement and NHS England. They've been wanting us to reform for quite some time now, and it's certainly integral to GM Cancer's cancer recovery programme and trying to use our resources efficiently and effectively for patient care.
The wait for the MDT was a really anxious time, in all honesty. It seemed to take a long time, and it probably caused me the most mental health problems during my entire cancer journey.
The worst aspect of the entire process for me was the wait between appointments.
When I didn't know what was happening, I was very anxious.
MDT Reform is another change, and I know that can feel uncomfortable to begin with, but we're hoping that will improve both a clinician's working day, because it will help make things more efficient and we'll be using our time more wisely, but hopefully also be better for patients as well.
At the start I didn't really understand what an MDT was. I knew it was where clinicians came together to discuss me, but I wasn't sure about my input, whether my voice would be heard, and what was going to happen afterwards and how quickly. So I was very uncertain about the whole MDT process, in all honesty.
I had no understanding of an MDT, none whatsoever.
It's important that a patient understands. A large number of professionals are involved in deciding and determining what the best outcome will be for you.
The unknown is very, very difficult, so we've actually produced some patient resources to try and help with that. So there's a video and an animation to help explain to patients exactly why an MDT happens and how integral it is to their patient pathway.
I wanted to make sure somebody was representing my views in the room. That was the key thing for me.
We've designed something called a patient impact statement that helps patients explain what's important to them, what is it that we need to consider when making treatment decisions for those patients individually at the MDT. So it's also important to think about exactly what that patient's feeling. When we've made a decision, they need to know exactly what that decision is as quickly as possible. So we're also concentrating on communication of those outcomes to the patients as quickly as possible. They shouldn't have to wait for a follow-up appointment to ensure they know exactly what's going on. Well, I'm hoping this will improve everything for the patient, so make the patient central to every discussion that happens at MDT. The patient is central to everything that we do, and you need to remember that as a group of clinicians. No matter how busy we are, no matter how much pressure we're under, that patient is important and their individual voice needs to come across in every MDT discussion.
And making sure that the patient is at the heart of the decision around the MDT is going to be absolutely key to MDT reform going forward.